Hello, friends. Well, 2024 was a fantastic year. Everybody is suggesting that Scotty Scheffler is a runaway for Player of the Year. But I would suggest that we don't fall to sleep on this young chap called the Badger. He dominated the field at the Rock Harbour Classic, and now this week he played so well he closed out on Saturday. I would suggest that we now compare this Badger to some of the greatest animal golfers ever. First, there is Jack Nicklaus. They call him the Golden Bear. Some say he's the greatest. He holds the record with 18 major titles, and he could snatch a fish out of the river with one of his massive paws. Then there is Craig Stadler. They called him the Walrus. He's won many titles and even the Masters. He was often remembered for gnawing on pork chop bones before teeing off. And how about the Australian golfer named Greg Norman? They called him the Shark. He spent 331 weeks as the world's #1 golfer. Believe me, everybody got out of the pool when he got in. And of course, we have Tiger Woods. He joined Saracen, Player, Hogan and Nicklaus as the only golfers to ever complete the career Grand Slam. And he can chase down an elk in 5 seconds. So anyway, let's recap the Alpine Cup. The Badger dominated and didn't apologize. He just said, if you're playing good, you should be winning. The field mouse continued to struggle and was very frustrated. Some experts thought that his problems started when he showed up this year with long hair. But then Kerry the Badger gave him a tip to try and swing like DeChambeau.
Well, Brett, but don't you mean he should swing like Bryson DeChambeau?
No, the Badger told him to swing like Bryson, but to do it slowly.
Oh yeah, you're right. I hear that slow is the new fast.
The new technique did help some, but there was a touching scene when the field mouse finally made a birdie in the last round. He received a hug from the Badger.
This special is being brought to you by the Alpine Resort Bar and Grill, home of the giant salad. But don't forget to try the seafood special at Oakland Country Club.
So let's tell you about the Alpine Cup this year.
Hey, there goes that damn swimmer again. There was a little controversy in the first round. The Badger hit several tee shots that looked like they were going out of bounds, but miraculously found the fairway.
That's right, Jessica. The Badger claimed that it was just a lucky break or simply magic. But his opponents had another theory. The bird claimed that the Badger would slip out of bed early in the morning and strategically place golf balls in the fairways. Then when the Badger hit a bad shot, he would locate the clandestine ball and exclaim, "You won't believe where my ball ended up." A very curious thing happened the next morning. When the Badger pulled out his driver on the first tee, he found that it was broken in two. When questioned, the bird and the field mouse denied any responsibility, but the bird exclaimed that he wished that it had been the Badger's putter instead.
Well, that wouldn't have been very smart. We all know that the Badger could put with a garden hose and still make every putt and beat the competition. According to the rules, the Badger was allowed to replace his driver and continue play. As you can see from the results, it didn't hold him back. Sadly, Kerry the Badger couldn't even have a trophy presentation since he wrapped up the tournament on Saturday. The trophy was being refurbished by the Beaver Brothers Trophy Restoration Team and was due back on Sunday.
Penelope Porcupine had already sharpened one of her quills to engrave his name on the trophy, and so he had to wait until the next week when it was delivered to his house in Hagerstown, Maryland. Even though the field mouse and the bird didn't win this year, the Birdie Brigade did have some reason to cheer. That's because the bird made history by taking home every single trophy for his individual play. That's 6 total trophies. That wraps up our recap. We are really looking forward to next season. Will the Badger continue to chew up the competition? Will the bird continue to collect all the hardware? And now that the field mouse has a new swing, he claims that the sky is the limit. So until next time, this is Britt and Jessica signing off.